And if you might think that is a bit crazy, take a look at the video I posted recently regarding hair loss and washing your hair. You would actually be... What is up guys, and welcome back to Alphamode. It is now time for my 12th installment on my hair loss vlogging series, where I share my own personal journey with hair loss and how I try and deal with it on a daily basis. In today's video I am going to share a few things about how I'm doing with my life, health and hormonal support, since this can play a major role in how bad or good things are going to go with my hair loss. I am also going to share my new protocol that I want to try and stick with for the next 6 months, unless something drastic happens, like back in January where I almost lost all of my identity and had to pull a hard stop on what I was doing, since it clearly wasn't working out very well for me. So we are going to look at my life circumstances a bit and my protocol. If you follow my content already, you might already know that I started doing 400 milligrams of testosterone 1 month ago due to me gaining a lot of weight and also lost a bunch of muscle mass. 10 months ago I broke my foot in a grappling tournament. Then only 4 months later I broke my finger while I was climbing, which then led me to not being able to go climbing, fighting or just running and walking as I usually do. So I gained a bunch of fat and lost a ton of muscle, and I don't know about you guys, but I felt really bad, and therefore I did the only reasonable thing there is to do when you lose a lot of muscle and gain a lot of fat from being inactive. I decided to go on 400 milligrams of testosterone weekly to help me get back on track. But of course there is a limit for how long I can stick with something I know is a bad decision. So finally I reduced my 400 milligrams of testosterone in one weekly shot to a split of 3 40 milligrams testosterone injections in a week, which totals me out on around 120 milligrams of testosterone compared to the other target dosage I was doing before. And just to clarify this, the 400 mg is an old habit from when I used to do a lot more bodybuilding and I had a pretty unhealthy relationship with the PADs, training, and in general I led a pretty unhealthy lifestyle compared to what I do today. This is also one of the reasons that I have to deal with all these hair loss problems that I have today. Hence, this is also why I have such an easy time reducing my unhealthy TRT dosages, because I know in the long run that I rather have some more hair than muscle mass. This is also a good time to interject. If anyone out there thinks that girls care more about having big guns, wide chest and a six-pack compared to having something like a healthy mindset, full head of hair and a good career, well guys, you're in for a pretty big shock later in life. So if you're about to go and sacrifice your health, hair or career for 2 more inches on your bicep and a shitload of gear, throttle back a bit guys, you will thank me later in life. So the current protocol is actually going to be a lot simpler from now on. I tried a bunch of stuff over the last couple of years, and now I really just want to follow something that is rather easy but also true and tested methods. So here's the protocol. First, I need to drop at least 15 pounds of fat. Fat converts testosterone into estrogen, and when you're doing hormones with a high body fat percentage, it's never really a good idea. So I want to reduce my estrogen conversion to get more testosterone, hence I need to lose some weight. Also, obesity is linked to alopecia in several studies. So guys, if you are losing hair and like me got at least 10 pounds to kick, they might actually be the difference that you are looking for in your hair restoration. But while I'm dropping a few pounds to get leaner, this is the following protocols that I will be using on the side. First thing is microneedling 2 times a week for about 10 minutes each time. And I just want to add, ideally I would like to do 3 sessions weekly. Something like Monday, Wednesday and Friday. But you know, I also gotta be honest with myself, and instead of doing something like what I wish I could do and get done protocol, I would rather like to be realistic. So I would like to go for 2 times weekly and then know that this is doable in the long run. You see, doing stuff like hair loss is not a lot different from gaining a few pounds of muscle. The real problem is if you go and train, like let's say 3 weeks, you have some super good workouts, but then you have these crazy workout schedules that you can't really keep up to. Well, in 3 weeks you're gonna drop one day, then another day, then it's going to become a habit where you don't do what you set out to do because it's way too hard on you. Same thing goes for if you want to stop hair loss or even reverse hair loss. You have to be consistent with what you're doing, and especially if you want to check if it's working or not, you need to check with a solid plan that you stick to. Hence, this is why I'm doing 2 times weekly instead of 3. So microneedling aside, next thing is 1 milligram of finasteride daily. And this is something new that I began doing in 2023 after I had a little period of fear for the whole post-finasteride syndrome thing. That was all the rage on Reddit. But in 2023, I decided that the evidence behind post-finasteride syndrome was simply just too weak compared to the benefits of finasteride overall. So I'm doing the finasteride 1 milligram daily. Next thing is 80 milligrams of RU58841 5 times a week. That is Monday to Friday. And this is all once again goes back to having a realistic plan compared to having a fairy tale plan. And I know weekends can go kind of off road, while Monday to Friday is a pretty safe part of the week to plan to use something like RU58841 before bedtime each night. And for those of you who don't like calculating, Anagen Inc. has an 8% solution of RU58841 on their website. And it is basically what I'm using 1 milliliter of each night before bedtime. If you have something like the 50 milligrams, or also known as the 5% solution, it is around 1.5 milliliters every night of that one to be compared to the other I'm using. Then I am using ketoconazole once a week. Plain and simple, nothing special there. But the new thing is I'm going to wash my hair with soap every day from now on. And if you might think that is a bit crazy, take a look at the video I posted recently regarding hair loss and washing your hair. You would actually be shocked over the results they found in that study. And that's the whole magic recipe that I'm using right now. So it's microneedling twice a week, 1 milligram of finasteride daily, 80 milligrams of RU58841 5 times a week, ketoconazole shampoo once a week, and I'm going to wash my hair with soap once a day on a daily basis. So that's the whole plan for the next 6 months. Reducing my TRT a bit, adding a few things, but keeping it very simple and doable for my part. If you have any comments, questions, or anything like that, post down below and I'll try and answer to my best extent. Other than that, I have nothing more plans for you guys today. I'll see you in the next video.